Hello and welcome to PMCLounge.com. Today I'd like to answer a question which is actually two questions. So question one is, what documentation is needed if you want to apply for the PMP exam? And second is, how do you apply for the PMP exam? Are you eligible to apply for the PMP exam if you do not have 4-year bachelor's degree, right? So that is one of the prerequisites. If you go over the PMP prerequisites page on pmi.org, you'll realize, or I'll share a link in the description below, the first link in the description below, on a video where I talk about the PMP prerequisites, right? So if you go over that, you'll realize that you need 4,500 hours of project management experience, but that is if you already have a 4-year degree. If you do not have a 4-year degree, what do you do? So that's the question I'll answer first. So if you don't have a 4-year degree, you need 7,500 hours of project management experience. Okay, so instead of 4,500 hours, you need 7,500 hours of project management experience if you don't have a 4-year degree and you only have, let's say, a high school certificate or something of that sort. Now, other than that, the question was, what documentation is required to apply for the PMP exam? So actually, there is no documentation that is required if you want to apply for the PMP exam. Everything, the entire process of filling up the PMP form is available online. All you do is fill up the details in that exhaustive form that there is on the website available on pmi.org. So it is pretty exhaustive, but you don't have to submit any documents. You don't have to produce any documents. All you do is fill out that exhaustive form, submit it for review. Now, if that form that you've just submitted is selected for an audit, and the audits are pretty random, so if it is selected for audit, then and only then you have to submit physical copies of the supporting documents of whatever you have mentioned in the form, right? Your work experience, your job experience, work experience in terms of projects that you have delivered, so documents related to those projects. And they need not be confidential documents, but some proof that you have worked on those projects. Then your job experiences that you have mentioned in the form, your educational qualifications that you have mentioned on the form. So some documentation of proof of all that is required if and only if your application is selected for audit. If your application is not selected for audit, then nothing really is required. So that's how I hope I answered the question. Number one, documentation. No documentation is required for PMP exam if you want to apply for PMP exam. If your application is selected for audit, only then you have to produce documents. Number two, how do you apply for PMP exam, or are you eligible to apply for PMP exam if you don't have a 4-year degree? Yes, you are, but you need 7,500 hours of project management experience, right? Now, I'd like to remind you, I have a video that I'll link in the description, second link in the description, that talks about how you can prepare for your PMP exam in 50 days. I share my personal experience on how I was able to clear my PMP exam in 50 days. So that video will be available in the description. Second link in the description is going to take you there. Now, where do you start, right? You've seen that video, you've seen how you can also complete your PMP, get your certification in 50 days. Now, where do you start? Third link in the description will be 1.5 hour Project Management 101 training session, which is also available for free on our YouTube channel itself. And that is your gateway in the world of project management. That's the first video that you should check out and start your preparation for the PMP exam. So all those links in the description are extremely important. Check them out. And I hope I was able to answer these questions. Thank you and have a nice day.